Hello everyone, Tim Hillcove here with the Weekly Wine Journal. I'm here with John McLoughlin.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you today?
Doing dandy. Couldn't be better. Weather's gorgeous. People drinking wine.
John is the owner and winemaker at Bitter Creek. And this year you took home the Growers Cup, is that right?
Yes, I did, with the Death, which is a red Montepulciano wine, which is originally from Italy.
And I was talking with you last night, and you said that you have 70 varietals, is that right?
We're doing 70 different bottlings right now, so we have 70 different types of wine that we're putting in bottles, and then we're roughly at about 80, almost 90 on different varieties at the vineyard.
How do you keep track of all of that?
I ask myself that a lot.
What is going on?
Some of it is simply, we may only have one row just to see how it's doing in Arizona, so it's more of an experimentation. We're trying to do things here that nobody else has ever done in the state. We're the pioneers.
You were also mentioned a wine from South Africa, normally a pinotage.
Exactly, we do a pinotage, and we're finding out that it's very unique. If you're familiar with the pinotages, it's a cross between the Pinot Noir and the Saison grape, where they've actually put the two together and created a new grape called pinotage. The South Africans do it primarily. They're known for that type of wine, and I particularly like it. Brought it here. I think it handles our warm weather, our dry climate very well, but it is very unique. It's got a lot of spice, a lot of herb, and it's not a traditional pinotage that you get from South Africa. So it's kind of exciting to see what it's doing here.
How many, what was the production level on that, do you know? I remember.
I think we will probably be at about 400 cases, maybe.
Oh, that's
between 300 and 400 cases.
Then,
yeah, it's a decent amount.
So people could actually venture out and purchase that.
Oh, yeah.
Is it released yet?
We do have the 09 released. We're going to be doing the 10, and we're probably going to hold off a little bit on the 11.
Okay, good. I'll be interested to, definitely interested to check that out. Anything else that is coming up on the horizon?
Well, we have the Heritage Clones. The Heritage Clones were put together by UC Davis, where they actually went out to all the wineries and growing areas in California. They isolated specific clones of Zinfandel that are very unique to that particular area. They DNA'd them, then they checked them for diseases to make sure that they were all clean, and they put together roughly about 25 different clones of Zinfandel. The easiest way of explaining a clone is it's very similar to an apple. You have a Granny Smith, you have a Red Delicious, you have a Golden. Same thing with grapes. You still have a Zinfandel, but there's many different clones. And we have every single one planted that's available. There's only 4 vineyards in the country that even have that, and we happen to be one of them. So we've got roughly about 30 acres of the Heritage Clones planted.
How many acres do you have planted?
We're at about 150 right now.
Of everything?
Yeah, if you put all the grapes together.
So you managed to fit 70 plus varietals on 150 acres?
Yep. Like I said, some of that may only be one row, just to see what it does.
Yeah.
Some of it may be 3 rows, just to see how it does. And some of the varieties, you don't need much. You know, we do a grape called Counoise. It's actually spelled cow noise. It's a French variety. And Chateau Napop, there's only about 1% to 0.5% of it in their wine.
Yeah.
So you don't need much. It's kind of a very unique little monkey from the standpoint of, doesn't have a whole lot when you drink it by itself. It tastes like strawberry juice, very light, very elegant, but when you put it with another wine, for some reason it has the ability to really pull a lot out of the wine. And the way I explain it's like salt. You might have something you're eating and it's just kind of bland, and you put just a pinch of salt on it, and all of a sudden it tastes totally different.
Yeah.
And that's what the Counoise does to other wines.
It's the salt of wine.
I call it the mother's little helper, because sometimes when you're trying to put a wine together and you can't quite figure out what the heck it's lacking, you throw this in there and it really pulls it out.
Cool. Right on, John. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure.
And
Thank you.
Have a great year.
Me too.
Cheers.
Hopefully that gave you what you